Pops, car sounds good, man. The cams, what kind of lift and duration do you have? Do you know the LSA?
Do you feel like that woman, the meme where like she's doing math and everything? Let's clear up some confusion. So last week we were talking about how when you increase the workload on your valve train, you're definitely going to want to upgrade your valve springs. Well, a cam is definitely going to require you to upgrade your valve springs, at least if you want to do it the right way. So, cams, what do? Well, essentially, they're part of the brain of the motor in the sense that they control how much air is pushed in and exerted out. After all, the motor is just one big air pump. So, now that you know what they do, let's go back to the basics where we discuss what's lift, what's the duration, and what's the lobe separation angle. But that would be kind of hard without showing you. So, alright, so first off, we have lift. And this is the amount of space in which the valves open in order to let air in or exhaust out. This is calculated with cam lobe and valve movement. Next is the duration, which is simply the amount of time that the valve is going to be open in order to let the air in or exhaust out. And this is calculated with crankshaft degrees. Now let's go over LSA, or lobe separation angle, which is basically the angle at which the intake cam lobe center line and the exhaust cam lobe center line sit at. And this is very important because this is going to determine how much overlap your cam has. And your overlap is very simple. It's just the amount of space and period of time in which both intake and exhaust valves are open. Let's go over a little bit of data here. A tighter LSA is going to consist of about 102 to 110 degrees, which means that these two lobes are going to come closer to one another, causing more overlap. A wider LSA is going to consist of about 111 to 120 degrees, which means that the lobes are going to separate and cause less overlap. Now, is there a cam with no overlap? Absolutely no overlap whatsoever, because as you might know, overlap is a period of time where the boost can escape. And the answer is yes. It happens in one of two scenarios. One is going to be a boost application. You're going to want a cam that has very little to no overlap, that way no boost escapes. And two, you're going to have a very high horsepower race motor. Great. Now we have a simple understanding as to what lift, duration, and LSA means. But just because that's simple doesn't mean that the math is simple. This is, after all, going to determine how your motor runs. So if you have any questions, or if this is a little too complicated for you, give us a shout, 561-753-8105, and we'd be glad to help you out. Or shoot us an email at support@lethalperformance.com. I'm Pobs, and this has been a slight overview on cam specs. See you in the next one. So that's going to be the intro to the
Got
thing. Yeah, thank you.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, back to the shit.
Back to the shit.
Back to the shit.